Hey friends, welcome back to Jenny Food and My Kitchen. In a couple of the videos I've posted so far, I have shared with you that I love the buffalo flavor profile. And I've shared with you that often I will make a buffalo chicken salad for my lunches. Well, today's the day. Today, I'm going to share with you that very salad that I have talked about before, a buffalo chicken salad. It's very simple, only a few ingredients, and it's kind of a healthy way to enjoy that buffalo flavor. Let's make this. For this salad, our ingredients are pretty simple. I'm starting with some spring mix. Now you could also use Romaine or Iceberg. I just happen to have spring mix today, so we're gonna do that. And then for the base of that salad, we're gonna also add some shredded cabbage and some shredded carrot and just a little bit of crunch celery, because we know that goes really good with buffalo, right? And then to top that off, we're gonna put just a little bit of green onion. Now we are going to make a buffalo ranch to go with this. So I've got some buttermilk here, some Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce. As you can see, we're down to just the end of that. And then I've also got some Primal Kitchen avocado oil mayonnaise and my ranch seasoning mix. So we'll use some of that, and then just some prepped up chicken. And that is all you need to make this fantastic salad. So let's get started. To my greens, I am going to just go ahead and shred a little bit of cabbage. Now I'm not even going to use this whole little wedge. We're just going to use enough to kind of put on top of our greens and give us a crunchy base with cabbage. And if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you've seen that I love to add cabbage to salad. It just gives it a crunch, and it's also inexpensive. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add, now that looks like maybe, we're just gonna put some of that right on our salad, maybe not all of that. That's good. So we didn't need quite all of that, but I will save that for another salad. And then to that, I'm going to take my Julienned tool, which I'm going to go ahead and link because this is a fabulous tool in the kitchen. I used this in the peanut chicken video recently and also linked it there. Now, you just drag that along and it makes the carrot into little strips, which you can then cut into just kind of bite-sized pieces like what you would find. I just find that it's easier to do it this way rather than buy the whole bag of matchstick carrots that end up always, I don't use them before the bag goes bad. So that is probably enough carrot. I will just add some of that right over the top of our salad. I think that's the perfect amount of carrot. So maybe half of a whole carrot julienned. All right. And then I'm going to go in with our chicken next. And I just like to keep roasted chicken prepped up in my refrigerator for just kind of like days like today. My granddaughter loves chicken, and so I can just make her a quick dinner with some corn or some beans, chicken if we need some dinner on the go. It's just nice to have prepped up chicken. So I can either cook a whole chicken and kind of tear it down, or I cook up chicken breast or chicken thighs for that purpose. So to that, we'll just add our chicken right on top, and I'm going to go in with just a little bit more. Just how about another piece of that chicken? All right, looking good so far. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut our celery and our green onion to go on top of our salad. I don't know about you, when I order buffalo chicken wings in a restaurant, I often will also eat the celery and the carrots along with it. I love those flavors together, which is why I guess I love this salad. All right, we'll just cut the top of that off. And then we'll just cut our green onion. Put those together in a little bowl. Now we will go ahead and make our dressing. First of all, I'm going to start with about a half a cup of mayonnaise. I'm just not measuring today, but I think that looks roughly like a half of a cup. All right, and then we are going to need about 6 tablespoons, which I will measure, of buttermilk, which I always keep on hand to make dressings, to make pancakes, to make biscuits. 6 tablespoons of that. All right, and then we're going to start with 3 tablespoons of this buffalo sauce. Whoops, that's a little more than 1. 2. 3. All right, and then I am going to add some of my pre-made ranch. Now I have this seasoning mix listed in my dressings video. If you go to the description box, you will see it there. It's my homemade ranch seasoning. And so we're going to add 1 tablespoon of that. Now my tablespoon is dirty, so I'm just going to go ahead and add 3 teaspoons. A little kitchen math. And just like that, our dressing, that's all we need. So let's go ahead and whisk that up. If you can hear my little dog, she is playing with the plastic bag. All right, we'll whisk that dressing up. And then I'll see if we need, I was going to start with 3. I mean, if you really like a lot of buffalo flavor, you can add as much or as little as you want on this salad. So I'm going to go ahead and taste that. It needs a little bit more, honestly. I like the spice. I am going to put just another tablespoon, and then I think that's going to do it. As a general rule of thumb, I wouldn't go more than half. All right. Now at this point with our salad, you could also add some cheese. You could also add that buffalo to some blue cheese dressing if that's the flavor profile that you like. I don't happen to have any cheese today. If I did, I would put feta on this probably, but you could add cheddar, you could add blue cheese, and then have like more of a blue cheese buffalo dressing. But this is what I have today. So I am just going to drizzle some of that dressing over top because I'm literally going to eat this for lunch today. Doesn't that look delicious? All right, that looks good. And then we will take our chopped, we will take our chopped green onions and celery and just kind of sprinkle that all over the top. So there you have it, friends. That buffalo chicken salad that I've been talking about since the channel began. Today's the day. We've made it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try and eat this for lunch. All right, friends. I'm going in for the taste. I'm just going to mix it all up. Oh, my mouth is watering. I know I love this salad, but all right, we got some chicken, some carrots, some celery on there. Let's go in. That is so good. That is spicy, but yet balanced by that ranch. Crunchy with all the cabbage and the carrots and the celery. You've got the chicken. I mean, that is a perfect lunch. Ladies, if your husband loves buffalo and you're trying to get him to eat salad, try this one. He might love it. Thanks for watching, friends. Thanks for all your support. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.